Begin with the latest on the coronavirus outbreak. Good evening, everyone. I'm Claire Kellett.
And I'm Corey Stark. In just the last hour, Missouri Governor Mike Parson confirmed a second case of COVID-19 in the state. He is set to speak on the case in 1 hour. The News 4 will bring you that coverage live. Also developing today, St. Louis city officials have banned large gatherings of...
Good morning to both of you. Lots of developments here this morning. The second St. Louis County death from COVID-19 is being reported by authorities here at the St. Louis County Health Department. That development comes as the impact of the coronavirus grows in both Missouri and Illinois. In fact, between the two states, more than 800 new COVID-19 cases are being...
Good evening. Thank you for joining us for News 4 at 10. I'm Steve Savard.
And I'm Samantha Jones, working from home tonight. Many new developments in the coronavirus outbreak. Let's get to what's new at 6, or new since 6. St. Louis City's death toll rising in just the last few hours. 5 new deaths tonight means a total of 24 people have died from COVID-19. And with that, the St. Louis Metro has the majority of Missouri's deaths, with 112 of the 133. Across the world tonight, coronavirus cases have surpassed 2 million. World
Hi, Nonnie.
We're wishing you a happy 90th birthday from here in Florida.
But we're going to leave the singing to the professionals.
Hey, happy birthday! You're going to sing good? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. We're really weak. Happy birthday. We're going to be on the amateur hour next.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dan Shirley. Happy birthday to you. Wish we could be there, Aunt Shirley. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nonnie. Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
On this auspicious occasion, I'm dressed for the party. Everybody wears these outfits in Florida. I hope St. Louis looks as good as we do here. But I think I'll take it off because I can't breathe. Anyway, sister, you've gone a long way not to have a birthday party. But then, that's the way you are, I know. Trying to remember things from a way back when. I remember a blue jumper. Mother made one for you and one for me. That was great, except I was in kindergarten and you were probably in 6th or 7th grade. Little did I know I wore mine for 5 years or 6 years because it was always made to be long enough for many years. And lo and behold, I inherited yours. So I wore that for the next few years. And we have an interruption.
Where are you?
Who's there?
Where? Standing filming a video? You need to be quiet.
Well, it was Paul made an interruption that Pete had to answer.
Hang up.
But anyways, among my other memories was the time I was probably about 6 or 7, and I had to go to get some candy for a very sick friend. On the way home, I fell in a gravel alley. I came home screaming and crying. You said, if you let me clean out your knee, I'll take you to the movies. which I did let you do. And I want to show you how well it came out. I still have some remnants left. Every time I go to a doctor, they ask what's in my knee. And I have to tell them, my sister didn't do such a good job, but she tried hard and I got to the movies. Then another thing, when you got your first paycheck, I don't know where from, maybe when you worked at Wrigley, you bought me some blue pearls, and that was really, really something. They were just so pretty. I do wonder what happened to them. Did you take them back? Don't know where they are, but anyway, so that was some of the things I was remembering. And then you got married. Jimmy and I graduated the same day from high school, grammar school, and you were married a few days before. That was busy time. Then you moved to Texas. Then you came back from Texas for a short time. Before then, you left again for St. Louis. So you've been in and out a few times, but there you are, back in St. Louis. And I know you're having a good time playing bridge and eating in all those restaurants. So anyways, happy birthday, and maybe we'll get together and have a real party soon. Bye.
Hi, Mom. Happy birthday. So happy that we're able to celebrate your 90th birthday together. I can't believe it's been 90 years and you have survived your 3 crazy children. Through our life, it's been amazing to me how resilient and how much of an anchor you are for our family. Through all of our moves, you constantly showed us how we could survive, and you made friends along the way. And what I admire most is how much you kept in touch with them and still do today. That's incredible to me. Gosh, we've had some great times as a family. Don't know how we survived the 3 weeks out to the West Coast and back, between people chasing you and chasing us in Mexico, trying to get us to buy a purse, to my brother catching a lizard and letting it go in a casino, to running out of gas, Mother, to hitting a dog, but somehow we survived it all. And all along the way, you were the anchor for the family. And we really love you and are so incredibly thankful that we've been able to have you in our lives this long. And we hope it's not done, because you've accomplished a lot in 90 years and you've seen a lot. And aside from technology, which you're not crazy about, I still think you have so much more to give. It's hard to believe that you have 6 grandchildren and 3 great-grandchildren. So stick around for a little bit longer. Love you, Mom. Happy birthday.
90th birthday, Mom. There's a lot of memories that I have when I think of growing up in our family, and really the one word and the one memory I remember is just how tough you were. That sounds kind of crazy, but you know, you kind of got me involved in athletics, kind of backdoor with, you know, getting me involved with Dr. Drano, and then, you know, playing basketball. I can remember hitting tennis balls with you. I can remember running down to the end of the subdivision and back in the mornings before school sometimes. And I think you passed that toughness to all of us throughout our families, just in the way you had to grow up and the things you learned. I think you did a great job of passing on to us, and I know it served us well, even though we are tightwads and we don't write down everything, but we do try to emulate you a lot more than we'd ever admit to you, except on your 90th birthday. So I love you a lot, and again, happy birthday. I'm glad we're going to be there, and look forward to seeing you soon.
Hey, Shirley. Happy 90th birthday. Congratulations. I guess what I want to say first of all is thank you for raising such a wonderful son. Scott is a very kind and caring person, and I know he got a lot of that from being raised by you, his mother, for the past 36 years since I met you. You have always been so kind and so generous, so welcoming, always a good example. You taught me how to be a mom and now a grandma. I think one of the things I admire most about you is that you are so knowledgeable. You are constantly trying to learn. You're interested and curious about everything that's going on. And I think that has really helped to keep you young and alive. And I just really admire the fact that you have been a true lifelong learner. I really, really admire the fact that you've been a wonderful grandmother to the girls and now a great grandmother to Carson. You've been a very good mother-in-law, just very supportive. You've been there when we needed you, but you let us figure a lot of things out on our own, which is the way it should be. So I am grateful to have known you these past 36 years. I think it's great that you've made it to 90 and that you're in such good health. That's an inspiration to all of us. Happy birthday. I love you.
Happy birthday, Aunt Cheryl. One of my earliest memories of you, since you guys always lived in another state, was in Evergreen Park. I remember opening up the front door for you, and there you were wearing the exact same dress my mother was wearing, which was always kind of freaked me out that the two of you were so much alike. Your motions were the same, you kind of talked the same, and when you showed up wearing the same dress, that just cemented it for me, how similar you were. However, you and I have a similarity that I always remember, and it's our fondness for organized cabinets and clean closets and an affinity for packing. I really like to pack, and I know you've had so much experience. Somehow, genetically, it seemed to pass along to me. And as much as you always lived out of town, I really loved when you lived in OUTBREAK for, I don't even know how long it was, but it wasn't long enough. But it was wonderful to have you there at that time. And I also want to say that even when you lived in-state, out-of-state, I always got a birthday card from you or a phone call. You never forgot my birthday, which was always a really nice thing to look forward to. Wish we could celebrate with you now, your birthday with you now instead of over video, but this is the best we can do. Happy birthday.
So as your oldest grandson, I was going to say that made me the best, but I'm pretty sure John is stronger and smarter than me, so that's not happening. But I would say one of my first memories of Nonnie is something in Chicago, but I'll always remember going to Chicago and as a kid trying to play with that metal tube sculpture thing next to the fireplace and then always getting yelled at. But that is something that, like, one of my first memories is that Chicago place and playing with that. Yeah, you're going.
One of my first memories, my first time I went to Nonnie's house in St. Louis, we went on a walk. It was supposed to be like a quick little walk behind the house, and we kept going and going and going to the point where I'm like convinced it had been miles, and Nonnie's way up ahead, and I'm like, I think we missed the turn back, and we ended up missing the turn back. But we went on like a miles-long hike, and it was hot out, and you had to run back to the house because at this point we got lost, and I think you got locked out of your car at the house.
Yep, I
couldn't. Out of the garage, yeah.
Yep.
So our little like hike behind the house was like 3 hours long. But Nonnie just kept walking.
Yeah, I think we surveyed all of Chesterfield, but Nonnie was a champ. But outside of that, Nonnie, we miss you. Wish we could be around more and hope to see you soon. I know I'll always remember being taught cards and how to be a card shark from you. And yeah, and I think the Little General is the nickname, obviously from my mother giving you that, but I think it stuck. So happy birthday, and we'll see you soon.
Hey Nonnie, happy 90th birthday. I'm so glad we all get to be there to celebrate with you. I know you're going to tell us not to make a big deal out of it and you don't want all of this, and that's fine, but we're going to do it anyway because we love you and because you're 90 years old, and that's a huge deal. So one of my favorite memories growing up is when I think it was in Chattanooga, and I think Mom and Dad were at the Final Four, and you and Papa were there watching us, and this was the beginning of my love for Carolina basketball. So I really wanted my room to be Carolina blue. It was like a dream of mine as like a third grader. And so you and Papa decided you were going to help me paint it, and we were going to do it together. And I swear we went to like 3 stores. You were like, this is not the right blue. This is not right. I brought one of my Carolina hats, and we were like matching it up to the things, and you're like, this is the color. And you picked it out, and we painted that room, and it was probably my favorite room I've ever had, just because we did that together, and you understood how cool that was for me. So I'm really happy that we get to celebrate you. I'm really thankful that you've been there for me every step of the way, always supporting me in everything I do, especially these last few years. And it's been really nice always calling and catching up with you on everything, all the good news, all the gossip. I can always count on learning a few things from you about the media, since I don't pay enough attention to it myself. But we're really, really thankful that you're in our lives, and we love you so much. Happy birthday.
Hey, Nonnie, it's your favorite Dennis Boys here, or as you like to call me, that Georgia Cracker. It's okay. I'll forgive you once again. Happy 90th birthday. We hope that you have a great one. Few favorite memories that we have with you. Obviously, is spending time with Carson, coming down and us making you a margarita, and us discovering that margaritas have tequila, which you didn't know, but you loved it anyway. If not, check out this memory. Or the time that you won the tongue sticking out contest. But for real though, we've loved the times that you got to come and spend Thanksgiving with us. The times that you hosted us in St. Louis. We were able to go to the Budweiser factory and drink some cold beers and explore the arch, or just hang out in your living room and complete some puzzles. Even though I don't think we've ever finished a puzzle, because there's always been a missing piece. I don't know who's been taking them, but hopefully we can finally finish a puzzle soon. But we hope that you have a great birthday, again, from your favorite Dennis Boys, and we hope to see you soon.
Happy 90th birthday, Nonnie. That's so exciting to celebrate you. I can obviously think of a million different memories with you throughout my childhood and adulthood. A couple of good ones to note, though, is in my teenage years, I think I horrified you quite a bit. Remember when I came over to your house and showed you I'd got my belly button pierced, which was definitely questionable. Some fun remarks on that one. You didn't quite understand why anyone would get their navel pierced. And I don't either, now that I'm looking back. And the time that you told my parents that my subscription to Cosmopolitan magazine was porn, and I shouldn't be reading that when I was in high school. It was just a magazine. And then a couple years later, you were visiting. I was in college and I was reading a book on the couch, and you asked what I was reading. You hoped it wasn't that horrible 50 Shades of Grey, that pornography everyone was reading, and it was, in fact, 50 Shades of Grey that I was reading at that very time. I've come a long way. You've now entrusted me with some of your china, which I very much appreciate, and we've had a lot of good family gatherings with that here, specifically the last couple of Thanksgivings. You've been able to come join us here in Georgia, and we love having you here playing 99, and introducing you to Carson, of course. That was a very awesome highlight, having you come down here and meet him when he was first born, and such a little thing. And I know he's excited to get to see you and show you his big passy that you like so much. I'm always wondering, what's that big passy he's sucking on? I've never seen a passy that big. Well, we'll be sure to show you next time we see you. Happy birthday, Nonnie. We love you and appreciate all that you do for us. And we hope you feel so loved and special on this big 90th birthday.
Happy birthday, Nonnie. Wish we could all be there to celebrate. And I hope your weather is nice like it is here. Actually, it's 102 degrees. I don't know if you consider that nice. I'll always remember coming to visit you and Papa in Chicago and playing with the gold thing that used to sit in front of your guys' fireplace that was super loud when we played with it, and I think it drove everybody nuts. Also meeting at your house for Thanksgiving, playing 99, eating that frozen fruit salad, and just spending time with the whole family. And you were always kind of the center of that, so I'll always be thankful for that. And I hope you have a great birthday, even though it's going to be spent in the middle of a pandemic. But have a good time, enjoy yourself, and no more cutting your own hair.
Happy 90th, Aunt Cheryl. So many of my favorite family memories together have been the big celebrations, like your anniversary party in St. Louis, where I remember meeting my cousins for, I think, the first time, or the weddings in Florida and Georgia, the surprise parties for my grandparents, one in Florida, one in Chicago, all the Christmas celebrations from when we were really young. I don't remember much about those first few Christmas celebrations, but I do remember one thing, and that's how certain I was that you and Uncle Dick were Santa and Mrs. Claus. And I remember my suspicions growing, and one year really taking the time to notice where you and Uncle Dick were when we started hearing that Santa would arrive soon. And I remember you two leaving the room this year, and soon enough, Santa and Mrs. Claus were knocking on the front door. And at that moment, I was positive that the two of you had gone outside into the car, changed into your Santa suits, and came back inside the house. And I confronted my mom about it, and she laughed at me and said it wasn't true, but part of me still believes it was. And I never have seen you and Mrs. Claus in the same place at the same time, so I guess I'll never know. Anyways, I wish we could all be together this year for your 90th to celebrate another huge milestone all together and make more memories in person. But considering the situation, this will have to do, and I hope you're still able to have a proper birthday celebration with the ones you love 6 feet apart. Wishing you a happy birthday.
Hey Nonnie, happy 90th birthday, the big 9-0. Hell yeah. God, you probably don't even recognize me with all this hair I've been growing during this quarantine, but it's kind of crazy. So, looking back on it, if I had to pick a favorite Nonnie memory, it's kind of tough. So many of them. But I was always so impressed and very fond about how, no matter how hard we could try as kids, you'd always beat us at that card game 99. That was always so much fun coming to your place, visiting, playing cards in the morning, then drawing in the afternoon. Those were simpler times. Back when you didn't have to wear a face mask even when you wanted to go to the grocery store. Well, anyways, I hope you have a great birthday and keep it easy.
Hey Nonnie, happy 90th birthday. So some things that come to mind when I think about Nonnie are orange sherbet with chocolate chips in it, that old Edie's ice cream we used to eat every time we were in St. Louis. Talking about the royal family on the phone, always discussing that for some reason. And always doing puzzles. The last few times I've seen Nonnie, we've always made a point to do a puzzle. And both times, the last piece has gone missing. It's really funny and she really cracks her up. And I somehow always get taller every time I see her. I'm not sure how that happens, but every time I've always grown a foot, apparently, according to her. You know, I'm just so blessed to be your granddaughter, Nonnie. I can't believe you made it to 90. Well, actually, I can. And I hope you like this video we put together, and I hope this is the best birthday yet. Love you.
Oh, P.S. Cheryl, how do you like my hairdo? I did it myself. I wanted to come with a curly look, but it got kind of kinky looking. So if you ever want your hair done, please come to my salon. It's free. Bye.